These people did not want to talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. Everything that you think you know about everything is really probably 80% at best of the whole story. So I'm going to be sharing with you some fundamentals about health science that are not permitted to be discussed. We're living in a Babylonian hypocrisy. We can't even now, because they were divided like sheep to the slaughter with what's going on politically, economically, educationally, indoctrinationally, we go around looking at looking at these other people. Oh, she's fat, she's ugly, he's black, he's white, he's a Jew, he's a Muslim. Oh my goodness. Psychopathology, sickness. That is the effects of behavioral science, media persuasion, indoctrination, social engineering. We are a product of an insane cult. Our American medical Western world culture, taking us away from the energetics of spiritual dynamics, of yin-yang, positive, negative charges, the acupuncture meridians that are coursing through us, literally like antenna, and manifesting. I'm going to share with you the mathematics of creation tonight. You're a digital, bioholographic, biology, holography. You know what a hologram is? You're actually now manifesting in a quantum field, digitally, constantly, every nano instant. You're a digital bioholographic precipitation, like the rain. A little nidus in the clouds suddenly develops a few molecules of H2O and it drops out of the cloud like a raindrop. Precipitation, crystallization. You're 80% water. You're 20% lava rock. That's what your components are. When I say 80%, it's approximately. And by the way, this is approximately also what the entire Earth, the planet Earth, is likewise composed of, approximately the same percentages of water and lava rock. All the minerals come from lava rock. So you're a digital bioholographic precipitation, crystallization. Water is a liquid crystal superconductor, H2O. You'll see that more and more. Many of you perhaps might have heard of Dr. Masaru Emoto. He is the guy that's famous for filming under a 20,000 magnification microscope water crystals that were associated with positive and negative thoughts or music. And he found that they always produced six-sided hexagonal shaped rings, just like snowflakes. I'm going to explain to you tonight why that happens, how it is that that happens. It's happening musically, mathematically, energetically. Spirituality is energy. Spirit is energy. Energy is frequency electrons. All energy throughout the entire universe. Now we're shattering the medical model. The frequency resonance of all energy universally depends on one thing. It's a subatomic particle called the electron, and it primarily, optimally, resonates in 528 hertz frequency, which we'll talk about tonight. So it's like a clear channel broadcast. If you tune into the frequency by which chlorophyll produces oxygen, you're breathing the breath of life that's keeping you alive. Where does it come from? It comes from chlorophyll in the green plants, doesn't it? You're going to see tonight how come that is. Because it's vibrating to the heart. It's like, unlike we human beings, nature is connected to the clear channel broadcast of universal love, which fundamentally is 528 hertz frequency. So Dr. Emoto actually took water sample from our place on the Big Island, which we believe is a sacred property. It's a geothermal estate, and it has Hawaii's only lava-heated steam saunas and geothermally warm pools. And Dr. Emoto took a sample from the steam without any knowledge whatsoever of ancient Hawaiian prophecy, took it back to his lab, sent me a half a dozen slides saying, Len, I don't know how to interpret this, why don't you interpret it? And I looked at it, and for those of you who are in medicine or nursing, health sciences, you can see that in the middle of this particular slide, the snowflake, you see what appears to be an ultrasound image of a fetus. It has an umbilical cord, it has a head, it has legs, and it has the body with the umbilical cord attached to the body. Dr. Emoto's thesis was, and he published 3 New York Times bestsellers called The Messages in Water. His thesis was, and I agree with the thesis, is that water is liquid God. Water is conscious. It's conscious. If you ask it questions, it'll give you answers. If you give loving statements, words of praise, just like a plant, it's been shown in the plants. If you love your plants and you speak to your plants kindly, they will grow better for you. The thesis is that the frequency, sound, resonance of your heartfelt, loving intention in articulated words, language, which is all math, likewise affects the mathematically administered, miraculous plant to do its thing in love. The image of 528 hertz frequency of sound being played to water, a 36-pointed star, 360-degree circle, 360-degree circle, comes out of 528 hertz frequency of sound. What does that mean? A circle is the basis of physics and mathematics. Geometry, architecture, it's all based on a circle. And so here are the 9 core creative frequencies. 396-417-528-639-741-852-963-174-285. That's all it takes to create the entire universe. People are running around primarily depressed today, not just because of the atmosphere, the pollution, not just because of the foods, not just because of the drugs, because they just are not giving themselves the energized water, the good hydration. There's distilled water. Steam distilled water is great for removing toxins from the body, but it's dead. There's no life in steam distilled water. You want to take steam distilled water, you want to pray over it, you want to play good music to it, you want to do all sorts of things to that. It's like a blank slate. It'll take on because it's a living crystal. It's a liquid crystal superconductor of whatever you program it to deliver. Alkalized water is really far better. It's all electrons. Alkalinity means alkaline. What is alkaline? How many of you have heard how helpful alkalized water is? The reason for that is the same thing. What makes you alive and here in this room breathing, it's the oxygen on the oxygen. Think about it. Oxygen comes from chlorophyll, the pigment in plants. What's it doing? It's vibing to the heart of sunshine. The heart. 528 nanometers of sunshine. What's the sun made of? 100% hydrogen. It's 98% hydrogen and 2% helium. Helium is double hydrogen. The sun is 100% hydrogen. What is solar radiation? They've got us thinking, oh, it's carcinogenic, you're going to get cancer, you got to put on the PABA, you got to put on all this crap and then pollute yourself and everything else. The fact is that solar radiation is electrons popping off the hydrogen. I said that the universe is full of water. The sun, like you, is coming out of water. What's the chemistry of water? H plus plus OH minus equals H2O. 80% of your body is made of that.